welcome to Boredom Busters. My name is Priscilla White. I'm a director here at Lift Brigade, and I'm also Lance's mom. My son Lance started Lift Brigade via his Make-A-Wish when he was fighting cancer. He wanted to do something to help other kids get through treatment. He knows firsthand being in the hospital can get kind of boring, so we wanted to think of something fun for y'all to do that's a creative outlet we hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Boredom Busters. I'm Stevie, an associate director here at Lift Brigade and Lance's sister. Today we're going to be making a fairy house.
Welcome to Boredom Busters. We're making a fairy house today. Our first step is to open our kit and see what's inside. So we have instructions, a cup, some glue, a bowl, sponge brush, a pipe cleaner, a popsicle stick, and 2 pieces of paper. Alright, so step 1, we're going to connect our fairy house together. So to do this, you have a pipe cleaner. You need to fold it in half. Just line up the ends and then pinch it in the middle. And then we're going to put that through the inside of our cup. Stevie's doing it right now, and we're going to poke each end through each hole. Stevie, can you show them where the holes are? There we go. So she's just lining it up, and just be patient and take your time with this step. And if you need help, be sure and ask an adult. And it might be easiest just to get one side through and then get the other side through. If you need the holes to be bigger, you can put a pencil in there and kind of wiggle it around. Alright, so she got it through. So the next thing we're going to do is put the bowl on top, and that's the roof of our house. And so it's going to look like a mushroom when we're done. So you're going to put the bowl on upside down, and same thing, you're going to stick the pipe cleaners through the holes in the bottom of the bowl. Pull them through. Alright. Then you're going to twist them together just a couple of times at the bottom as close as you can to the bowl to secure it. And then the fun part, you get to make them into curlicue shapes or a little heart or whatever you want to do to decorate the top of your house. Perfect. Alright, step 2 is to open your glue carefully. You might want to put your Boredom Buster bag underneath it in case there's any drips and spills. Kind of just protects the surface you're working on. And if you look at Stevie's house, you'll see a little cutout in the cup at the bottom. That's going to be our door to our fairy house. And you see 2 little windows on either side. Okay? Alright. So Stevie's going to open the glue. And your popsicle stick is there to help you stir the glue up if it needs to be stirred. If your glue is too thick, you can add water to it to thin it out a little bit. So just whatever you need to do, feel free to do that. Alright, the next step is we're going to tear the colored pieces of paper into tiny pieces. So one of color is going to be your base color on your roof. The other color is going to be your accent color on your roof. And you can tear it into tiny pieces to make shapes like flowers or hearts or stars or a smiley face or whatever it is you want to do, or polka dots. You can tear the paper into teeny tiny pieces or kind of big pieces. It's up to you however you want it to work. But just tear away until the whole sheet of paper is torn, and we're going to glue them to the top of the bowl to cover it. And if you don't like the ripped look, if you have some scissors, you could even cut these into little shapes. All right, so decide which one's going to be your base color and your accent color. And your base color is going to go on first when you're done tearing. And you can always tear it more. So Stevie's tearing hers into kind of large pieces, which is a good plan because if you need smaller pieces, you can always make those. But if you need a big piece, it's really hard to turn a small piece back into a big piece. And so this is a mosaic approach. All right, so separate your two colors and set your accent color to the side because we're going to be working with the main color first. All right, so you can put glue on the paper and glue it to the bowl. You can spread glue all over the bowl and stick the paper on. It's up to you, or you can do a little of both. Just be sure you don't use all the glue on one side of the bowl. You need to make sure it lasts so it stretches across the whole bowl. So Stevie's just painting a thin coat of glue, and you don't have to be super careful. You can kind of glop it on and then spread it around. And this glue is just white washable school glue, so if you get some on something, it washes off and it dries clear. All right, so Stevie's got a good section covered, so now she's going to start putting paper on. And it's just however you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way, which is kind of the fun part about this project. It lets you decorate your fairy house however you would like. And you don't have to cover it completely solid because you do have that secondary color that can fill up holes. And you kind of want to push the edges down so they don't curl up. And you can even glue over the top of them a little bit to get them to stick better. Just, you see how Stevie's leaving some space between her pieces? That's so her secondary color can kind of fill in and dot the empty areas. She's just trying to make sure she gets the whole thing covered before she goes in and makes it solid. Okay, so Stevie's going to do that last little section. If you have some crayons or markers, you could also color on these bowls since they're made of paper. And if you're familiar with our Book Brigade videos, we have a Book Brigade video called The Fairy House that goes with this craft and kind of talks about where fairies live and kind of the magic that they bring to the world. And Stevie has a couple more orange pieces, so she's figuring out where best to put them. Okay, and you might want to reserve just a couple pieces to decorate around the windows and the door at the end, if you want. So now we're ready for the accent color. So we're going to go through the same process, except this time you're going to brush on top of the paper in the bowl. Stevie's mouthing to me that her hands are getting very sticky from the glue. So if you feel like your hands are too sticky and you need a break, just take a break and wash your hands off if you'd like, and then get right back to it. This fairy house is looking very cute. So this fairy house, when you're done with it, if you're in the hospital, can sit by your bedside and maybe invite some fairies to come visit you in your room. Or you could put it in the windowsill so they can see it from the outside and know that they're welcome. Because we could all use a little more magic. So Stevie's just turning around, seeing if she's happy with what she's got. She'll give us a thumbs up or she'll keep gluing. All right, so she's happy with it. So however covered you want it is however covered it needs to be, because it's up to you. So the next step is going to be to decorate around the windows and the door. But we're not done with the glue yet. And also, if you have curly edges on the top and you want to brush glue over the top of your pieces of paper to kind of smooth it all down, that's always a good idea too. It just helps keep it from curling up. Okay, Stevie's happy with it. All right, so to do the windows and the door decorations, or you can make little tiny circles and plant some shrubbery around the door, whatever you want to do. So Stevie's going to flip it around to the front side so we can see it. And it's up to you if you want to decorate the front side of your house. You can wad up a little piece of paper, make a doorknob, anything you want to do. All right, so Stevie's going to make a doorknob. And that may have to sit there for just a minute. All right, so Stevie's fairy house is ready for fairies to move in. It's as decorated as she'd like it to be. We hope you enjoy this craft, and we hope you get some visitors in your room soon. Dell Children's patient and founder Lance White and his family live locally and run Lift Brigade as volunteers to help children get through treatment. Share the fun. Like us, tag us, follow us on social media, share your pictures with us, check out our website, and reach out to us via email. We'd love to hear your story. We need your feedback and donations to help keep these programs going. Thanks in advance for your help.